Okay, David, thank you very much. Ryan, our other machine running?
Yes.
Thank you both. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Lawrence County Board of Elections. Today is Monday, November 3 of 2025. It's 9 a.m. This meeting was advertised in accordance with the Sunshine Law. This is something we do every year at this time, actually twice a year, the day before the election. Historically, we will convene the board, get an update from Mr. Germaini, and then we generally recess the board to the call of the chair in the hopefully unlikely event that we would need to reassemble. But before we go any further, let's have the Pledge of Allegiance and take care of that. Dan, could you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. Ryan, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Sonato?
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here. All three members are present and have a quorum. The county code stipulates that in a county such as ours, that the commissioners serve as the Board of Elections. We have oversight of the Voter Services Office. The only time that we're not able to serve is if any of us are an active candidate for public office. Now, this year, none of us are running for anything, so we're able to serve. But in a couple of years, if my two colleagues perhaps choose to seek re-election, they would have to step off the Board of Elections to avoid any conflicts. And the law stipulates that the president judge appoints people to serve during that time. But this year, it's three of us, and we're ready to move forward with today's meeting. I'll note, we're going to open it for public comment now and before we adjourn. Right now, we have no members of the public in the audience, but should anyone show up, I'll note that we welcome public comment. We ask that the comments be related to election board matters, and that the person making the comments try to limit their time to about 5 minutes if possible. But right now, we have no members of the public. Before we do the minutes, I'm going to see if my colleagues have any opening remarks. Mr. Sonata? Not this time, Chair. Okay, thank you. Mr. Kennedy? No. Okay, thank you very much. In our packet, we have the minutes of our last meeting, which was held on September 23 of 2025. Gentlemen, take the time you need to look them over, and whenever you're ready, I could take the motion for us to approve these minutes.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of September 23rd.
I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. If there are no concerns, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Also forgot to mention, if you do have a cell phone, if you'd be kind enough to put it on silent or vibrate, we'd appreciate that. Well, we turn it over now to our election director, Mr. Germaini, for his update in advance of tomorrow's election. Tim?
Well, so far so good. We've been going pretty well. Everything's been steady as expected. All getting the last of the machines out in the field. There's a couple bags for supplies for the judges to get. They're all coming in today.
Judges of election.
Yeah, judges of election, I'm sorry. We should be good on that end. I see everything's been going really smooth. Unless you guys have any questions about upcoming thing, anything happening?
I stopped in over the weekend, and your staff was here distributing the I call them the suitcases,
Yeah.
but and from all indications that went, as you said, went very well.
Oh, very well.
And should we note, and I know you've done the advertisements in the paper, you've mailed out to the voters in the affected districts. We did have one or two changes in polling places. Could you remind us?
We had one this election, which was at the Newcastle High School. Now that has switched to the Scottish Rite Cathedral at 110 East Lincoln Avenue. And it's right in the very front of the foyer when you walk into the cathedral. So it shouldn't be hard to see. You walk right in there. The other, we had two changes in the primary. The first one was in Newcastle 4-1, which was across the street at the AP Gettings Government Annex. That has moved to New Creation Free Methodist Church at 725 Pearson Street in Newcastle. And another change in North Beaver Township 1. That was at the municipal building, but it's under renovation and it still is. So we moved that to North Beaver Fire Department at 969 Mount Jackson Road. It's just down the way from the old polling spot. So those were the only three that I wanted to remind everybody about.
And the first one with in the second ward district, is that for 2-1 or 2-2?
2-1.
2-1, second ward, first precinct
Yes.
of the city. You did mail notices out to all the voters.
I did.
And will there be a sign at the high school indicating that
There will be.
they need to go over to the cathedral?
We put a sign up there, but I'm gonna make sure it's still hanging on the door.
I noticed coming down Highland Avenue over the weekend, the cathedral on their electronic billboard had a little sign indicating
Oh,
that's where the polling place
Very
is. But to be clear, that polling place is strictly for voters of the second ward, first precinct.
That's correct.
Yeah, the sign didn't indicate that. Somebody might drive by and think, oh, I can vote here.
Yeah, okay,
Just for that particular
for sure.
precinct.
Tim?
Yes, sir.
Question.
Mhm.
One on Pearson Street, that's the old St. John Hall.
That is correct, yes.
Just for people who don't know.
Yeah, right, yes,
Everyone knows the St. John Hall.
yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
voters there, yes.
I turned in my stats for voter registration. I certified that to the state. So my final stats of how many registered voters in Lawrence County comes down to 57,285. And they break it down into 4 categories. So the first category they have is total registered Democrats, 19,794. Registered Republicans, 30,131. Then they have registered Libertarians, 259. And then they just put other, and that is 7,101, which comes to the total of 57,285. That's the official stats for what I turned into the state. Then we go on to mail-in ballots, which have been done very well this year. We had a request of 6,476. The deadline for that was on the 28th, so we're not taking any more applications for that. So that was of the 28th. As of right now, I've had 5,183 returned to me. And of course, we still have till election day at 8 o'clock that you could return the mail-in ballots here. And I also talked to the postmaster. He will have any ballots that were in the mail coming into us around 7:30. So we'll have all that coming in on election night. That's according to those numbers, I still have 1,289 that are still out in the field. So if you have your ballot, get it into us as soon as you can. And that way we can get it recorded and put back and get ready for pre-canvassing tomorrow. Tomorrow we will do pre-canvassing starting at 7 a.m. Pre-canvassing is where we will have a team of people in here. We will open the envelopes, sort the ballots so that your ballot is kept secret, and arrange it so that we'll be able to scan them starting in the morning. And then, of course, after we get all that into the machine, I shut the machines down so that nobody can see any totals that are happening until after 8 o'clock, because I have to wait for 8 o'clock to happen so I can get any remaining mail-in ballots in and counted for. Other than that, we are ready to go after we have the meeting here today. I'm going to get the room set up, get the tables in here, get the envelope openers in here, and get situated. We're ready to go.
Well, and compliments to you and your staff. You folks are always well organized, and this year's no exception.
I have a great staff. I can't thank them enough. And as well as all the judge of elections and inspectors and all the clerks that work for the county, they do a great, great job. So I really do want to thank them. I can't thank them enough.
Will you have the students as well coming tomorrow night?
I have some students and I have some from the, like, children from people that work in the courthouse as well. So yes, I'll have that going.
I know they do a really good job.
They do a great job.
They're efficient getting those things in.
They sure are.
Loaded cars, I think, you can't say enough about the
Right, yeah,
kids. I know Mohawk is well represented.
Yes.
Florence County Career Tech, you had Shenango,
Mhm.
we had a few from Shannick.
Yeah.
So it was a diverse group throughout the county
It
who
was.
showed up, and I just was very pleased to see
Me
how
too.
well they were into
Yeah,
the
so we're
election
gonna
process.
do that again as well. Yep.
Let me ask, and Dan, I'll get to you real quick here. Let me ask about not only tomorrow morning at 7 when you begin the pre-canvassing, but also after 8 o'clock tomorrow night when the returns start to come in. For someone who wishes to observe, can you go over what the rules are for a person who would like to observe that process, whether it be 7 a.m. pre-canvassing or the tabulation of votes after 8 p.m. tomorrow night?
Sure. We call them watchers. What we do is that we need a request from either a party or candidate on a letterhead, and then we'll issue them a certificate of watcher, and that'll let them into either if they want to go to a polling spot. Watchers can go to their home polling spot, wherever they're voting at, and then they get a choice of one more area to go be a watcher at. Or if they want to watch the pre-canvassing, once again, we'll give them a certificate, same kind of certificate, and they'll be able to observe and see how we go through that process.
Now, we permit the media to be here, obviously.
Yes,
We permit what just popped out of my head? The party chairs.
yes.
Now, will the party chairs have to have that watcher document?
I give them one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, I think we need to assure everybody that, and I believe they're required to be here, but at least one of our judges from upstairs,
President Judge.
President Judge or
Solicitor.
his designee,
Mhm.
has to be here, and the county solicitor.
Yes.
The thing I want to make clear, though, is that a person can't just walk in, particularly after 8 o'clock tomorrow night. They have to have that watcher certificate.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we do post a security person at the top of the steps.
Yes.
So we need to make certain that we adhere to the rules as it relates to who can or cannot be.
Yeah, that's been pretty good though.
Yeah.
We haven't had any problems with that.
Okay.
I mean, before past elections, before the cell phones and you could get on the website, see, we used to have the screen upstairs and the public was allowed upstairs, but
That's right.
ever since 2020 and COVID and everything, we've kept that to a very minimum.
And I'm glad you said that. So people might, if they want to monitor the results at home, they can go to the county's website.
Yes,
And throughout the course of the evening, that will be updated.
yes. I call them drops. We'll do 3 drops. That's usually what I do.
Okay.
One, first drop will be the total mail-ins, which happened about, give or take, let's say 8:30. I'll have everything for mail-in results. That will be posted first. By law, may I say, it needs to be, mail-ins have to be posted first.
Yes.
So that will be your first results that come up. And then throughout the evening, I'll do 3 separate drops as we accumulate the votes coming through. So, yeah.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Do you, Mr. Kennedy, do you have questions or comments or anything?
No, not at all. Just Tim has done a great job as always.
I'll circle back then to Mr. Sonata.
I'll emphasize Commissioner Kennedy's comments. Yes, your staff have done well. I've observed what's going to be 2 years of watching
Yeah,
this. I've been a participant probably, 40 years, going back to my days as a congressional aide, but I always say this, I was never up the courthouse on election night. Probably times I ran or, when I worked for the Congress. Back in the old days, they would call us and we used to listen to WKSG.
Yeah.
PZY, listen to results the old-fashioned way. And I always had great faith in the office up here with you and your predecessors, going back, Tim, and I think you've kept that same tradition. So this was the first time I really got to observe this was 2 years ago, I think, in May. And I was just so impressed with the operation. I think it's important, to let people do what they have to do up here. We don't need people just programming.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah, let the people know, and it's secure. I can't believe how secure the election is. And it's just, if there's any doubt, there should be none from what I've observed. And I just want to say that because, like I said, I just assumed, back in the day. And there's really is no reason to actually sit upstairs because you go on your computer and they're right there, it's up to date. And that's how I used to get my results.
Right.
Back in the day, and I appreciate your efforts and looking forward to a smooth day. And I just want to point one thing out. I said it before, and I say it to anyone maybe watching. You know what? The election workers, everyone needs to treat them with respect.
Yeah.
When they go in to vote, those are not volunteers. They're paid, but they're not paid a whole lot of money. They put in very long days. Most of them are senior citizens. They've been doing it for many years. They're honest and they have integrity. And you need to treat them with respect. I've said that before, and we need to keep them, and I just send a message out to everyone.
Thank you. 2 quick kind of housekeeping items.
Yes.
Remind us as how your office tabulates write-in votes and what the process is and when people can expect to know those results.
We'll start write-ins right around it'll be the Friday. We should have everything tallied up by, I believe it'll be the Friday after the election. But once again, there's a lot of write-ins.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of write-ins. So right around then, within the week of the election, I mean, at the latest next Tuesday, to have write-ins. And then we'll post the write-ins on the website. I instructed judges at the end of the night, out of the optical scanners, there's a report at the end of the night that does a write-in report. I've asked the judges to post that on the outside of the polling spot as well. So if anybody wants to drive by and see what write-ins were at their area for whatever office or whatever, it'll be out posted.
Question on that.
Yes.
I've done that, many years ago. I used to go around and check.
Mm-hmm.
Is that required by law?
It is not. It used to be, but it's not now.
But we still do.
I still do it because the alternative is what they call a tree stump announcement, dating back into the 30s, where when you got the results, the judge of election should stand on a tree stump and announce publicly the results. So I had to do that one time during me as I was director, and I don't want to do it again. So we'll put it on the door.
I recommend that. I think it's a good thing, especially for the candidates. I mean, if they're willing to put the time in and they want to go around and look at each precinct, I think they should have that right.
Sure.
We appreciate you still doing that, even if the law doesn't.
Yeah, we do that. And then also at the end of the night, as soon as I get everything in, and of course it's not official, but I do an election summary, which is the whole county, and then I'll put a precinct report, and I'll mind everybody, it's going to be very lengthy, but I will have a precinct report up on the website might have to scroll and find out where you're at, but I'll have it up for everybody to see the breakdown throughout the county.
I'm glad you said the word unofficial, because there is a period where you can still accept or receive military ballots. Am I correct?
You are correct, and that date will be on, we're off Veterans Day, which is the 11th. So the 12th is when I will count military ballots, which I only have a few, not many, but I do have some. And then speaking of as well, that Friday is when we'll canvass provisional ballots as well.
I have on my calendar that on November 21, which is a Friday, you've asked this board to reconvene at 1 o'clock that day to
Yes,
certify
to certify,
the
yeah,
results. So I hope you gentlemen have that on your calendar.
final certification.
Friday, November 21 at 1 o'clock in this room, and that will be open to the public.
Yes.
That's what we're planning to do. So I'm going to go back around again in case, Dan, did you have anything else you want to ask? Or Chris, anything?
No.
Okay. Public comment. Oh, well, new business. You gave your report.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Okay. No one from the public has come in. It does say on the agenda adjournment. However, in the past, our solicitor has always recommended that we recess to the call of the chair in the event that we would need to convene hurriedly. If that were to happen, we would post on the county's website the fact that we would be meeting. And we would notify Debbie Walker at the Newcastle News that we would be having to meet if the need arises. So if there's no other business to be brought before the board, and again, both my colleagues thanked you. I haven't done that yet, so thank you.
Sure.
May I have a motion for us to recess this meeting, please?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. And this time we'll do a roll call on that, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. This meeting is now recessed to the call of the chair. Thank you.
Can I make one more comment just for the public to know?
Yeah.
Is it still on?
Yeah. Please.
If you did not get your mail-in ballot and you want to vote tomorrow, you can go to the polls. They will give you a provisional ballot if you do not have your mail-in ballot. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. If you decide that you do want to vote at the polls and you do have your mail-in ballot, bring the envelope and the ballot with you to the poll. That way the judge of elections can get you to remit the ballot, and they'll give you a new ballot to vote at the polls. But I want to stress that if you didn't get your ballot, because things happen, everybody knows in the mail, or might have lost it, I don't know, there's many reasons why, but you will still be able to vote with a provisional ballot. And if the reason is that, your provisional ballot will get counted. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. Other than that, I got nothing else.
Okay, thank you for noting that.
Mhm.
I think we're going to be around today if you need us,
Okay,
and likewise tomorrow.
all right,
So, we are now in recess. Thank you, everybody.
thank you.
John, yeah.